Okay, so here I was, looking for something to put on TV for my dog to watch. It's either Bluey or Zelda, by the way. And I saw a video that intrigued me from Peter Monn. There was a person in a cloak on his thumbnail, so yeah, it got my attention. Well, it was about someone who made a 4-hour video about RawBeautyKristi. Now, I used to watch this lady a lot back in the fluffy lipstick era, and I remember her fondly. As I recall, she became famous because of her authenticity. She was extremely likable, funny, and to be honest with you, I think I linked her with Pretty Pastel Please, because she was also making video deep dives about the Jaclyn Hill plushie lipsticks. And you know what happened to her. It's kind of shocking and hard to understand, but yeah. I stopped watching Kristi's channel because she changed her content. But later I found out that she was involved in some bigoted shenanigans and it made me sad. I'm gonna say a year ago she made a video addressing all of this and I was like, okay, I guess. But I saw a lot of people pushing back at her response. Thanks to Peter Monn, I found this lady, the one in the cloak, and I'm still halfway through the video, but I keep seeing the same pattern of behavior from Kristi. It's quite interesting, very Lolcow coded. I don't think she's a Lolcow, but you never know. But before we start, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Clay, and you are watching The Freak Show Files. So I know this YouTuber, Disgruntled Townsperson, made this video with a lot of empathy and compassion towards Kristi, but to be perfectly honest, it reminded me of something I do occasionally here, the devil's advocate, where I try to defend the indefensible. It's really fun to do, and you kinda get a glimpse into what they were thinking at the time. So even her trying really hard to, let's say, protect Kristi, it just highlighted how wacky she is. Again, I haven't finished the video, but this glazing was quite notorious. Granted, I have no idea about Kristi's beginnings on the platform, so wow, thank you for that. I didn't know she had a previous channel, nor that she was super emo. What I did learn about Kristi, and it's just my opinion by the way, I learned that Kristi is basically a people pleaser, she is needy, she's a conspiranoid, and because of all the things that I just mentioned, she flip-flops a lot. Basically, she has no opinions of her own. Why did I mention lolcows referring to her? Because she vaguely reminded me of Boogie. Let's go step by step. Step by step. Kristi created her first channel and this one because she was craving a sense of community. She needed someone to talk to about her problems. The audience became almost like family. She claims she has friends but decided to buy a house in the middle of fuck nowhere and homeschool her kid. So there aren't many people around her besides her husband and child.
I like to be online and to have community because I don't actually have a lot of community in my real life. We are very isolated out here in the middle of the woods, but not just because we live out here. I don't have a ton of friends. Like, I do have friends, a lot of people that I consider really good friends, but most of them live in other states because I met them online. So I have community, but it's not actual like local community that much. And so in order to feel like I have people that I'm talking to on the daily, social media, baby.
And listen, communities are awesome. You can learn a lot about life through other people's lenses, but to follow medical advice from strangers?
I look at Freely and Durian Riders and 30 Bananas a Day, and I mean, it's so helpful to just read those websites and you know, get their expertise. So, if anybody else has any like advice about, you know, how to do it or the best way to start, I mean, it would all be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna start trying to conceive video logs as well. As I sat there on the side of the freeway having a full-on panic attack, I was crying my eyes out. I felt like I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I said to my husband, like, I need to go to a doctor. And so I had him get into the driver's seat and I said, you gotta take us home. I don't know what's going on with me, but I can't be here anymore, and we had to reschedule his doctor's appointment, and I didn't go with him on the second doctor's appointment. And I go into the Macy's and I start feeling anxious, and I'm like, not again. And I start to feel like I'm gonna have another panic attack. I went to the bathroom and I tweeted out and I said, I need help. I need some help from you guys because the internet was not helping me in that moment. I felt like the answers they were giving me were such BS, like dictionary answers of, how to get rid of panic, and it wasn't working. And so a bunch of you guys reached out, and actually a bunch of other YouTubers reached out to me as well, which was so excellent because it made me really feel like I was not alone.
I get why she's like this, though. In her first channel, it was more obvious how much she was struggling emotionally because after many tries, she couldn't get pregnant. Kristi wanted to be a mom 15 plus years ago. She needed to know about people's experiences, different methods she could try, because her biggest dream was to become a mom.
I've been selfish. I wanted a baby now, and I wanted to have a baby now, and I wanted to get pregnant now, and I just wouldn't settle for anything else, and I didn't want to wait, and I didn't want to do anything like that because I'm one of those people who, when I want something, I want to get it right now. I don't like waiting, and I really want to be a mom, like, more than anything in the whole world, and I just wanted it when I wanted it, and I didn't care how I had to get there. If it had to be, like, jumping straight to fertility medication, so be it. And I shouldn't be that way. My goal should be a healthy baby and a healthy me, because I want to be around for my kid.
And once that happened, she made the kid her entire life.
I have a 2.5-year-old, and he is the most bright. Smart doesn't even begin to describe my child. He's like a child prodigy. I know every mom probably says that about their kids, but my God, my kid is so freaking smart. He knows the full alphabet. He knows how to spot letters. He can say M is and he's just like so smart. I cannot. Being his mommy is just the best. Being a mom in general is just, oh my God, the highlight of my life. I just absolutely love him so much. It makes me physically ill to even think about it. I would say he has fun, but honestly, kids at this age, like toddler age, 2.5, they're so competitive with one another. I find that our son really likes almost hanging out with older kids better. He prefers to be around like anybody I would say older than like 5, because everybody his own age is it's like competition, like back up.
And it doesn't seem like it's the firstborn syndrome. New parents being afraid of everything, overprotecting the kid, but later finding out the kid's gonna be fine, so the second child was like, ugh, whatever. No. Kristi breastfed her son for 3 years, and honestly, I don't know when she stopped, because in her Q&A 2 years ago, she was still doing it.
I don't give a literal fuck what anybody thinks about what I do. I'm happy to do it. He's happy to have it. And there's literally, I find no downsides to it right now for me. It works for our family, and I love it. I love nursing him. It's just very wonderful, and I just love him.
There is nothing physiologically wrong with it. If the mom still produces milk and the kid still wants it, then fine. The problem I see here is that Kristi is not forming boundaries. The issue it can create is a needy kid who will be extremely close to their parents to an unhealthy level. Something I can totally see Kristi loving. Now, before the kid, there was the husband. Zach was working in a very physically taxing job, something Kristi hated, because all she would do was worry about him. She has mentioned her cluster headaches, so anxiety without a doubt was triggering them.
In September of 2019, Kristi says that her anxiety is so bad that she prays when she goes to sleep that she won't dream, because most of her dreams are nightmares.
I understand the need of having her husband close to her, because that way she knows he's safe. But again, with the boundaries. It's as if she thinks she can protect her loved ones on her own, kind of treating them like babies. That maternal instinct is in overdrive, in my opinion. Something that broke my heart was finding out that Kristi's mom suffered from cancer and ultimately lost her life.
My mom died when she was 44, and I was 16, and I don't want to die when my kids are that young.
But before she died, their diet changed in order to prolong her life. I think it was raw vegan.
My mom was a raw vegan, so it just felt natural. I just can't really describe. It felt like a natural step in the right direction to kind of take the footsteps of my mom, and my family was just like super healthy. And my mom didn't eat meat. She did all growing up. She got cancer and then she switched her diet. And when she switched her diet, we all kind of ended up naturally switching our diets. She would talk about like, you know, cow milk has pus in it, and there's a certain amount of pus and blood allowed in cow's milk, and that's of course true, but it just, as a kid, I couldn't, like I just literally couldn't. I was so fucking disgusted by that idea, which it's still disgusted, of course. So I was completely pretty much vegan all throughout high school. I was never diagnosed with this, so I will never claim the disorder, but I've talked to my therapist about it a lot and she agreed. It's like called orthorexia, where I was literally obsessed with every bite of food that entered my mouth. Like I literally could not just like flippantly eat anything. I felt truly obsessed with every bite of food that went into my mouth. I was not just like the passive vegetarian that would like let you eat a burger next to me and be like, no, thank you. I was like, you know, that's murder, right? And then my mom died. So the raw vegan diet not that it didn't work. It's just, she died. I don't want to get into that right now.
But in my eyes, this was the beginning of her weird relationship with strange diets and medicine overall.
I'm on and off a lot of diets. I'm really bad at crash dieting. I don't feel like I'm crash dieting when I'm doing it, but then I realize that, you know, I've been on probably 30 diets, and have I ever stuck to any of them? No. For longer than 2 months? No. I learned about the raw food diet a long time ago, and I had tried it off and on. I mean, I've tried to do the raw food diet a lot of times. I have a feeling I'm gonna try them anyway. I want to try 80-10-10 because I've tried high-fat raw, and I've tried eating just plain raw, whatever I want, without, you know, any type of guidelines, and I'm not good at that because I tend to undereat. So I juice fasted and / water fasted. Like I did the first week juice and then the next 2 weeks water. And I did that for 3 weeks, and I lost like 30 pounds in 3 weeks. I looked so good. However, I fucked my body up so bad in those 3 weeks, like I cannot explain to you. I quit my water fast because I was having such bad indigestion that I thought I was having a heart attack. I developed gallstones after I lost an extreme amount of weight. Gallbladder attacks, I started developing cluster migraines, which are the most painful headache that a human can ever experience. They're in my left eye. They feel like my eye's exploding. I have to take Imitrex, or it's sumatriptan. I have to take that or I will like be screaming and dying in pain. I got gout, which is like the old man's disease. Kidney stones, heart palpitations. I remember having heart palpitations. I couldn't handle any foods anymore after that. It took me like 3 weeks to be able to start eating again. If I ate an apple, my stomach would be in knots. I ate rice one day and I was like screaming and crying. It hurt so bad.
I'd gone through so many different crash diets. I'd done the 30 bananas a day. I had done raw veganism. I had done cabbage soup diet. I'd done so many different things that were crash dieting, and all of that included. But all of them, just, I never felt better. They were always so extreme. So if you do intermittent fasting, or if it's something you've been interested in, I've looked at a ton of case studies on it, and it's so fascinating to me. Anything that I talk about, I highly always suggest talking to your doctor about. I have spoken with my doctor at length about nutrition and what I choose to eat, and I've actually had them recommend eating this way for me, and it's been very beneficial for me. I am on the ketogenic diet right now, is what I call it. I say low carb, same thing. So eat a lot of avocados, eggs. You can eat a lot of meat if you want. Makes me feel kind of shitty when I just kind of live off of meat, but I love it. I feel so good on the ketogenic diet, and I feel so shitty on the regular diet. So I'm telling you right now, it's definitely worth looking into. I would do the healthiest version of keto that you can. Keto fixed me. Pretty much, like, yeah, I'd say not fully, but it's like 90% better. I really mean that. So I found that cutting out carbs and exercising and losing some weight and just being generally healthier and eating a lot healthier of a lifestyle led to a lot of improvement in every area of my life.
As I mentioned, she suffers from cluster headaches, and they are still a thing in her life. She claims to have asked doctors for help, but nobody has found anything. The only thing they have done is take blood tests and stuff like that. But then she said she had an MRI and that the doctors recommended medicine to help with her blood pressure and circulatory system.
I know they're cluster headaches because I've done my Google research, and Dr. Google tells me they're cluster headaches and they're only in my left eyeball and you don't know anything. And so he prescribed me a migraine medication called sumatriptan. And this is my box. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's got my name on it. But sumatriptan has been the savior of my life when it comes to cluster headaches. But the only side effect that it gives me when I take it is it makes my throat feel really tight and it makes swallowing feel strange. It also kind of makes me drowsy and sometimes can cause a little bit of dizziness, but it does do the trick. He said that a really good preventative medication is verapamil. Verapamil is a prescription medication that is for high blood pressure. I do not have high blood pressure. I actually have quite normal blood pressure, but this apparently helps with the suppression of cluster headaches, and I have not taken it for one reason, and that's because I'm going to tell you about what did work for me and what has really significantly helped me. These 3 things here. So I was Google researching one day about verapamil and the side effects, and I was freaking out because I had seen some really bad side effects, dizziness being a really strong one, and a couple of other really scary side effects. I just really didn't want to take it. I will do it if it ever gets to the point where I need to. I mean, there's no question about it. Cluster headaches are horrible. But what I did see was this thing called batches supplement protocol.
Well, Kristi decided not to take the pill and instead opted for some alternative medicine, aka flowers and such. Shocker, didn't work. There was also a mention of some sort of psychiatric medication being prescribed to her, but she rejected those immediately.
But equally, her resistance towards taking psychiatric medication is so difficult to watch. She talks about trying passion flower, L-theanine, drinking water and exercise, getting enough vitamin D. She talks about cognitive behavioral therapy and journaling. She starts to talk a lot about how it takes a village to raise a baby, but she doesn't have a village. So she clearly feels very isolated and overwhelmed.
This is interesting because there could be an issue with her anxiety being so over the top that it will trigger her headaches. But again, Kristi chose not to take what the doctors told her to take. She lives on a farm where she grows her own vegetables and has chickens, so that way she knows exactly what she and her family are consuming. She also homeschools her kid so she can know what her kid is learning. See a pattern here? She doesn't trust doctors, she doesn't trust schools, she doesn't trust, Walmart, and she's raising a kid with those beliefs. She prefers to ask her community for advice instead of following what a certified physician told her to take. It's infuriating and kinda sad. This right here has brought her into this pickle. In my opinion, Kristi just wants to be liked, so her opinions are based on who she is talking to. Her husband was an atheist and she was a loudmouth. I don't know if she was religious back then.
Yeah, I went to church all the time when I was younger. I was a Sunday school teacher. I was part of youth group. I was part of everything. I mean, I was very, very, very into church. I do not still go to church. My sister and my dad do every weekend, and they really try to get me to go. I stopped going to church when my mom died. I still believe in God. My husband does not believe in God. Nope, he is an atheist. He doesn't really believe that there's anything greater out there, and that's hard, being married to somebody who doesn't believe when you are one. I am one. I am a believer. But yeah, he doesn't at all. So that's a tough part. He doesn't bash God in front of me. I mean, he will make jokes and stuff, but I'm not super religious. I don't go to church because I just don't like church. I don't like the dynamic of it. I feel weird there.
But after their kid was born, her husband finds God, and Kristi later followed.
What they believe Christianity is versus what it is supposed to be or what it actually is, two very different things. And so I, for the longest time, very, very averse to just the whole idea of organized religion in any way.
She claims to be pro-LGBTQ+.
I've been nothing but supportive and an ally to the trans community, to the gay community. Some of my best friends are gay. My sister's a lesbian.
But allows a group pretty much anti-LGBTQ+ to hang out at her place for homeschooling. She was very vocal about the ethics behind Jaclyn Hill's lipstick drama, but here she is, talking to James Charles, a man who has done objectively worse things.
I've known James for a few years now. We met at IMATS back in 2016, I believe. I really love James. He's always been a great guy to me.
Kristi, I genuinely adore you, but I cannot stand behind influencers who still support James Charles. Your passion for protecting children has always been so admirable, so seeing you support James is disheartening. How is what he did okay in your eyes? I don't understand.
Because she wants to appease everyone, she flip-flops a lot. Now, I guess she's following her sister's system of beliefs combined with her husband's. So she's doing things that make them happy, but once she learned those things were not very nice to other communities, she flip-flops again with a video response. Here's when Boogie makes an appearance. This dude is a notorious fence-sitter. He will change his views wherever the crowd or the majority is. He was also extremely liked. He was the nice uncle of the internet, remember? He stands for nothing, and I believe this is Kristi's problem as well. The reason I wouldn't consider her a lolcow is their reasons. They're very different. While Boogie picks sides because of his own selfish interest, Kristi picks her sides because she wants people to like her. She wants to be included. She basically becomes a sponge or one of those seance ladies who gets possessed by a ghost. Yeah. She is talking with her mouth, but those thoughts belong to someone else. But still, she must know that those decisions have hurt a lot of people and are kinda ass backwards. She still has a big support system in the comments though. It's interesting because I feel like she has picked between two important things to her, but one outweighs the other. For example, her channel. A lot of people told her to make a new one to talk about her homestead, and weirdly enough, she has, The Sweet Life of Zach and Kristi, but still continues to upload homestead stuff in her makeup channel, pushing people to unsubscribe or not watch anymore. She jeopardized her beloved community for her beloved lifestyle. So, of course, real life won versus the internet. All of these problems could very well be solved with a sprinkle of honesty. She is so afraid to voice her own opinion because who knows why. Pick a side, ma'am. You didn't have to, by the way. You were pushed to one side while talking to the other. Hence why people are so confused by your actions. Now you kinda have to pick a side. It's okay not to be liked by people. I mean, you're currently being heavily disliked by many. So why not make this a perfect opportunity and just be honest? Everyone will move on with their lives and you can finally be open about yours. A bittersweet finale, but a finale nonetheless. Will I watch the second part of the video? Probably. I won't make a video though, because not only is it highly political, it's not a topic I want to cover. It's quite a tough one. But for sure, those patterns are gonna shine bright. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't blame Disgruntled Townsperson for feeling empathy towards Kristi, especially when apparently she changed the title of the video, kind of saying, yeah, I might have missed a couple of things. This is the problem when you put a lot of emotions into the subject matter. You end up making videos like this one.
Listen to me very closely. If you attempt to get this video taken down, not only will you bring even more attention to it,
but I will never stop talking about it.
I will make multiple follow-up videos and I will monetize the hell out of it. Do not do something stupid. It will not bode well for you, I can promise you that.
Kristi belongs in a very nice past, and I think that's the difficult part to accept. She's not the same anymore. I don't know how selfless she is. I don't even know she is selfless at all. But all I'm gonna say is that she is a meltdown away from being welcome in the pasture. Just ask Boogie. I'll be waiting patiently. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Take good care of yourselves and always remember, stay curious and question everything. Bye bye.